Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Dwarves of Erebor on Divide and Conquer. And as we get started, as you can probably tell, my voice is somewhat deeper. And that is because a little over a week ago, I had my first vaccine dose and everything was perfectly fine. A few days later, I came down with a little bit of a cold. It was a bit of a delayed reaction to the virus for a couple of days, and then everything was fine after that. However, it has impacted my voice. So this is actually my voice recovered, believe it or not. It sounds like I've just gone back through puberty, but never mind. My voice, I kind of lost it for a couple of days, so I apologize if it does crack at any point. It is because of that. My voice is still trying to come back, but for some reason I don't have any discomfort or anything like that. It's just that the voice itself has changed in terms of sound. So hopefully everything will go okay for the video, because I need to get a video recorded, and also because next week, which is week commencing the 21st of June, I will be on a vacation break for a little over a week. So I'm hoping to have some videos recorded and uploaded to schedule over that week while I'm away, but just in case I don't get that time to be able to do that, then at least I've got something done this week for you guys to be able to watch. So if nothing gets uploaded next week, then that is the reason why, because I will be on a holiday break. And I also just wanted to say a very, very quick thank you to every single one of you, because so far the first two videos of this campaign have been absolutely phenomenal. The amount of support that excuse me goodness me, the amount of support that I've received from you guys has been absolutely phenomenal. There we go, I can actually say the word. I've had so many positive comments, so many fantastic comments with feedback and recommendations and suggestions. There's just so much information on the comments page for both episodes. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to act on all of those suggestions, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to keep my voice lubricated with some nice ice cold water, and hopefully we're going to make some progress. The biggest comment that I kept seeing was regarding occupying provinces, and I made the error at Onazana because this is the early stages. These are all orc provinces over here. There is no point simply occupying. I might as well just exterminate the population, and it will resolve the population unhappiness. So with that in mind, can I do anything here? I don't think public orders at 50%. The culture is just that shocking. I think I'm wondering if maybe I should just abandon Onazana a second time, let it go rebel, and then go back for it and just exterminate the population. Someone commented saying that I shouldn't go and take Onazana at all, because it's a nice little buffer state against the Orcs of Gondor. To some extent I would agree for the first stages of this campaign. However, if I can defeat these rebels that easily, as we did in the battle of the last episode, then I can only imagine that the Orcs of Gondor will have just an easier time wiping the rebels out. So what I think I might do is in fact abandon Onazana a second time and then retake it. I think, and then on the third attempt at retaking it, I think that will probably be the point where it's like, yeah, now we can exterminate the population, and hopefully that will resolve the culture problems. Another suggestion as well that came in was to do a little bit of a jig around with the generals. So King Dain at this stage of the campaign is apparently not going to get any free upkeep whatsoever wherever he is, and it's really nice having him in Erebor as an extra 500 gold, but his bodyguard, the Sons of the Fallen, are extremely powerful and definitely worth having on the front line. So perhaps what I will do is bring him in this direction and use him to retake Onazana. So I might bring him there. And another suggestion was to focus on the Dwarven Labourers as a garrison unit, because they can get to free upkeep pretty much wherever they are, compared to a lot of other units who can't. So that is also something we're going to be looking at. I also have one here in Ciricgathol, but I'm going to basically leave him behind and take the rest of the force over to Miraeron, and it looks like actually Rune may get involved with that first, which is going to be a bit of a problem, but we might be able to hit Rune quite early on. I can't see what they have though, but I do have a spy in the town, so he might be able to witness what they own. Might be worth actually getting him out.
Something to investigate.
Basically spying from the woods at the battle that looks like it's about to happen. So we got some Candish Raiders, and we got some Candish Hunters. So that's all I can see at the moment. What's the chances of actually... Oh, 100%. Okay.
Yes, sire. Moving in closer.
Hunters, Clansmen, Raiders, Hunters, Clansmen, Raiders. Pretty much the same setup every time. And he's also gained a bit of a trait boost, which is lovely. I think we're okay otherwise.
Aye, Lord. My king. My king.
There were some other comments as well. It's like I said, I said so many. It's difficult to actually find all of them. Tai Dao says to build the catapult maker as fast as possible because the dwarf catapult is so OP. This is something I think I discussed last episode. I think, where did I say I was going to build it? Did I say I wanted a ballista maker? Oh, I'm building a ballista maker in Ciricgathol, so yeah. So I'm already on my way to getting that. Culture is another thing to focus on. That's something that's been a focus since Angmar. It's just getting focus sorted across all provinces. So I'm going to need to focus a bit on that as well. Another interesting, actually a challenge was issued to basically conquer only mountain provinces and not to go as far away from the mountains as sort of, Witherboard, Rakieberg, all the towns that are like basically at the foot of the mountains. So stick to the mountains and the foot of the mountains and only conquer those provinces. So I think Bergram is probably going to be the only exception. Maybe Miraeron as well, just to secure the east against Rune. But otherwise, I think what we'll do is we'll just stick to mountain provinces all the way across here for Gundabad, and then all the way down here for the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. Because I think it would be quite an interesting challenge to do, first off. And secondly, because the dwarves tend to stick to mountain regions anyway, because that's where all the lovely jewels and things are. So and apparently I could go through Dain's halls with my spy. All I have to do is just go into the town and then select him and come out. Completely correct. Completely forgot I had that ability. I just saw it as a block and decided I'll go around. So yeah, that's my fault. Right, turn 17. Let's see what we can get. So as you can imagine, I will probably have to... Oh, I didn't take my army out on Azana, so now I've just lost a few troops in the rioting. Whoops. So as you can tell, I will have to clear my voice every now and again, just to make sure that I can still speak. Okay. How much money are we making? 1964. Very good year. Axeman's Guild. Sure. Send an emissary to Dol... Really? Dol Guldur? I'll get 900 for it, though.
My lord. Of course, sire. Bring a proposition for my king.
I don't want to trade with you. I'll go for map information. Oh.
And for another course of wisdom to share. Let us not. Goodbye.
We'll have to try that again next turn, then. Witherboard can recruit some new units now. That's good. Honor Zanar's repaired. Okay, well, in which case... I mean, is it worth putting Dain in there? Okay, that secures it for now. And that gives me a chance to get the culture. Okay, so maybe I won't have to let it rebel. Excuse me. Okay, so I could retrain. And actually, I still get the ability to recruit another Erebor infantry. So I might just do it this way around. Do it like that. Actually, I could probably... No, I could probably get... Yeah, okay, so I could recruit another Mattock. For some reason, I can set one to retrain and then recruit, but I can't do recruit and then retrain. So we're going to do retrain and recruit. I'm going to get... That means we're going to have a couple of full Erebor infantries. And we'll actually go for another Mattock unit as well next turn. Get one queued up. So it's going to be about 3 turns for those 2 units to be recruited and that other unit to be replenished. I'm not going to bother replenishing this Mattock unit because 103 is still a good number of troops. So we're going to stick with that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the army to move across to Rakhyberg because that was a suggestion to basically get Rakhyberg as quickly as possible. And Dain's Halls, of course. And Dain's Halls only has a couple of Orc defenders and Shagul, Conqueror of Dain's Halls.
They won't kill us.
So we're just going to occupy, and you have more skills. Excellent. We've almost finished the roads at Bergram. One more turn for those short beards. It looks like Rune got beaten back, maybe.
At your service.
They're no longer in the area.
Come and get me.
And some of these units are pretty badly damaged, so actually I would probably say that Rune did get beaten back.
On my way.
I mean, that's perfect for us. It means I'm still free to go for Moreron. Not that I wouldn't have gone for it anyway if Rune took it, but... One more turn for the practice range. Lovely. So we've got a few buildings that are going to finish next turn. Hopefully that means that my income's going to go up a little bit, because I think some of them do give me slight income boosts. Thank you very much as well for the positive responses to the new intro that was introduced in episode 2. So the reason why I came up with the new intro, I liked the intro that I used for episode 1, but obviously the soundtrack is copyrighted, so there was a it's not a copyright claim. It was a it's basically like a third-party ID content match, basically, by YouTube. There was no claim set against it. It was just matched to existing content. So which is fine, you know. It's, the video is still usable, still viewable. There's no issues there. It's just I don't really fancy having one of those on every single episode of this campaign. So what we've done is, and also I thought it was a little bit bland. It was short and sweet and good, but it was a little bit bland with the pictures and stuff. So I decided it might be quite interesting to do a bit of a showcase of the dwarves using a series of different clips from the Hobbit films, which is probably going to be copyrighted anyway, but there doesn't seem to be any issues at the moment, and it's just to showcase the dwarves and introduce them. But then I, of course, had to try and find some new music, and was trying hard to find some kind of dwarven themed music. And then at one point I was watching like a video that had a compilation of different sounds, of different musics, and all of a sudden I was flicking through. The video was divided into chapters, and I was flicking through looking to see which one sounded good. And all of a sudden I saw Pride of the Dwarves, and in brackets it said Battle for Middle-earth, and I went, hell yes. Went and clicked on it, listened to it, refreshed my memory of its sound, and was like, yep, that's the one we need. So there we go, and that's how the new intro was born. And you guys have taken to it quite well. You guys really enjoy it, so thank you very much for that. It is a little bit longer than the first one, but I will be introducing chapters onto the video timeline, so if you don't fancy watching the introductions every time, then obviously you don't have to. It's not a given. You can skip. It's about 30 seconds long. It's about 30 seconds long total. So right, Bergram, you have roads. Lovely. Actually, before I do anything, I need to recruit something in Erebor because it has no garrison. So we're going to go for some Axeros since we've just built that new building, and in Bergram we're going to go for a pig farm. Pig farming was another suggestion that was highly sought after. And also the free upkeep, it's to do with the buildings I have. So The reason why some of these units aren't going to be free upkeep is because I don't have the buildings to recruit them, such as the Mattox. So they're recruited, I think, via the settlement ability. Is it a settlement or... Oh no, I can get them, Town Guard. I thought it was maybe one of those things where they were recruitable because of the level of the settlement, not because of a certain building, but they are. So, I think I need maybe there's a couple of buildings I actually need to get.
My king.
So I could send these guys on towards Moreron now.
Be gone.
It would be nice to have a unit of artillery. So I may hold off for the moment. Just until I get the ballista maker finished. And then we can get a bit of artillery. Oh, that's not very good. Let's keep it on normal for now. So 2 turns left here. 1 turn left for culture here. So culture is slowly increasing. And I have... Oh yeah, my diplomat, of course. Let's see if we can...
something I can do for you?
Just accept it. Okay, there we go. So we got 900 gold for that. I don't remember where I was actually sending you. Was it to Dorwinion? I think it was to Dorwinion, wasn't it? It was this way.
Continue tomorrow, sir.
900 gold, so we have 1,000. So is there anything else that I can use that on? So I could build something in Witherboard. Could go for more pig farming. Let's have a look at the food production. Okay. Cool. So I could go for pig farming, or I could go for culture. The brewery. I might go for culture. Might get the culture up a bit further. Excuse me. That was a very quick turn flip, actually. It's kind of surprising. Oh, a gift of 1,800 from the council. Well, that's lovely. Thank you very much for that. Onazana. All right, let's look at the construction. So it's just Onazana. Okay. Unrest, mostly due to culture, and then just general unrest. So, but we need to get the ability to recruit stuff because we do not have much of a garrison here if anything comes our way. So. I could get some free upkeep there, or I'm going to need the garrison quarters anyway. And the 1,800 that we just got gifted will go towards the building of that, so we'll do that. I could go for Stoneworkers Halls, but I really want to get the recruitment ability first. That's 4 turns compared to 2. I don't really fancy waiting 6 turns just for that. Hey, it's a kid with a beard. So yeah, we'll go for that first. Erebor itself. What can we go for you? Oh. Give some labourers and steelmongers. Yeah, steelmongers. Why not? So tempted to send my army just on its own as it is now, but really need a bit more. Still can't retrain those guys yet. We got any mercenaries available? We've got some cavalry. Okay, so we might recruit some mercenary cav later. One thing I haven't done.
My liege. Marching now.
Hello, snow orcs. Right.
No
Watchtower.
Setting up vigilant watch here.
One more turn. Nothing to retrain. Oh, Dain's Halls is in the recruitment stage, getting a lot of troops together. Oh, okay, perfect. So I can actually leave the labourers behind and send the axe throwers onto Witherboard and include them in the army. Perfect. I didn't even realise they took 3 turns to recruit. Ah, blocked. I had to burst south this. Are we going to get a battle in today's episode, I wonder? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe. I may end up attacking a captain. May end up attacking 2 captains. Oh, maybe even 3 captains. Interesting. Alright, sorry, got interrupted by a phone call there. So, we're in the new turn 20, and we are going to start off by moving our diplomat because I'm going to completely forget that he's even here if I don't move him now. So, because he's no longer moving anywhere because he got blocked by Dol Guldur. So, yes, we're going to just head in that direction.
Of course, sire.
And
His journey is over, sire.
So we've got 1,600. We're only making 1,300 a turn. That's not great. So let's... oh. Why am I not seeing a Dwarven catapult maker? What do I need? Ah, Master Stoneworkers Halls and Steelmonger. And I need to get both of those. Okay, brilliant. Okay, well... I think for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Dwarven Ballista. We're going to get that so that we can use that against Mireron. And hopefully we can capture that pretty quickly using that. Although I'm not going to... I'm not going to completely commit myself to it because... hit points for all buildings has been increased in this submod. So now we do have a little bit of an orc problem around Honor Zanar. Do we have the ability to get mercenaries? We do not. Okay, so
I'm gonna stick you.
oh, it's the factionaire as well. What bodyguard does he have? Orc Avengers. They do not sound fun. Effective against armor. Frightens nearby enemy infantry. May charge without orders. Powerful charge. Terrain bonus in the forest and snow. So yeah, very much similar to my troops, except they are effective against armor. And a lot of my troops are okay, but not necessarily effective against armor. I mean, my Mattox here are effective, but we know from past battles with the orcs that none of my troops are guaranteed to be effective against general bodyguards of the orcs. So I'm going to bring Dain out here. So we've got one more turn waiting in Erebor for those axe throwers. We're going to take
Your will, my lord. My king. Aye.
these
My
guys
king.
to assist King Dain.
Forward. Merging armies, son.
By your will,
I'm going to launch
sir,
an
we shall
attack. 1130 against just over, well, basically 1100 against 1100. I'm kind of thinking I may do a bit of divide and conquer as per the game name. So, oh, I just clicked OK. Never mind, I am going to attack full on. Whoops. I meant to click the night battle option first, and yeah, so already I have cocked up. Okay, so what is the map? Well, first of all, it looks like it's sunrise, and it's a bit hilly. Okay, well, my cavalry are going to be relied on to help deal with those orc hunters, so I just need to really focus on that enemy general. I'm going to have my heavy hitters in the second rank, my anti-armor. I'm going to have my... we'll stay in non-loose formation just for the moment, just so we can actually form up properly.
The enemy are bringing in reinforcements.
Oh, they're all the way over up on that hill. The reinforcements are coming in from the other side of the map, however. They're coming from over there. Well, that is a long way for these guys to come. I am quite tempted to go for the reinforcements first, you know. Especially seeing as the enemy army is just camping on that hill. So yeah, I actually might take advantage of this and go for the enemy reinforcements first. Just gonna leave the enemy general behind. Go all the way over here. Goodbye, orcs. We'll see you later. We're going for your other friends over there. At least they're walking. I don't know where the captain is, though. Which unit was the captain in? I think he was in this one at the back, wasn't he? I can't tell. As long as the infantry go one way, I can just deal with these archers here. So we're going to run everything forward to this point here. And I'm also going to hopefully do a nice little killing blow against this enemy archer unit here. Whilst all of my troops get into position. And they are separating that hunter unit, which is not a good idea for them, but especially when I have a cav unit on hand. Doing a little bit of a dance, are you? The captain may very well be this guy here, actually. In which case, let's get a charge in. Let's see if we can get these two units to come in and defend their hunters. My infantry have finally arrived. So we're going to send them down here. Gonna get a nice charge in, I hope. Boff. Straight into their face. Looks like we lost 1, 2, 3, 4 cavalrymen. That definitely wasn't the captain. Right, let's just get get these guys here. Warriors coming down, and then my general can stay up the top. We're going to keep the heavy hitters available for other aspects, other targets. We've got the hunters down to 28. Perfect. Is the enemy general heading this way? Looks like on the minimap they're marching in this direction. Lost a couple more cavalrymen in that, or one or two more cavalrymen in that charge. Don't you dare get an arrow volley in. So, let's get these raiders shot at. And we lost another cavalryman. Got some spearmen there on the side. Right. Getting some good hits on those raiders here in the middle. Nice little charge there.
Only
Scouts are down
half
to
the enemy
6.
force remains. Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this,
So we'll
we
get
will
these guys to
smash
hit the
enemy.
raiders on the flank. So the enemy general is indeed heading this way. So actually I think I've made a good move coming for the enemy reinforcements, simply because they've now left their perch over there. So we're going to hold fire with my archers now. Cav, come in and finish off that scout unit, and then we've got the spears occupied. Yeah, there's the captain there, I think. I think that's him. Right. So we have... enemy inbound. One, two... dead. Awesome. Right. In fact, bring the cav around here. We're going to support. We're going to hit these raiders.
The enemy general lies dead. Let the crows have his miserable bones, and let our swords
Perfect.
have his men.
Right, they're routed. Let's go run them down. Let's bring our infantry up here. Those scouts are starting to shoot us. Right. They're dead. Right.
Look how our cowardly foe runs.
Archers
It is time to press the
forward.
attack.
The enemy aren't even coming for us anymore, because their reinforcements have been wiped out. Infantry, let's form you up on the right. Archers are coming forwards. Hopefully we can hit those archers in a second. In the meantime, we're just going to run down the last of these reinforcement troops here. Someone mentioned about ransoming enemy captives, especially where there's a general involved, and that's, you know, that'd be a lot of money. That'd be probably pretty beneficial economically, but at the same time, considering how powerful a lot of these enemy generals are, I think I would much prefer to just kill them. They're going back to their perch, you little bastards. Get back here. Get my cavalry chasing them. Oh, you stalled. You stalled because of the rocks. charge in, maybe? Oh, they're exhausted. My cavalry is quite tired, apparently. Let's pull them back. I'm hoping... Yeah, it looks like we've distracted them. Are they coming back this way? They could very well be. Yep, they are coming back this way. Okay. Orc Avengers are right at the back. We've got Orc Raiders at the front. Start aiming for the pile. There's a lot of Orcs grouped up here, but that's actually pretty good for me. Aim for this group here. Orc Avengers are staying at the back. So now I can get both of my archers to just focus fire on these scouts. Right, hold fire and get the cavalry charge in. We're under attack. Nice. Back off. Archers commence refiring.
Our men are winning the battle. If
We lost one cavalryman
this,
there.
we will smash the enemy.
That is an acceptable loss. Maybe shoot these Orc Avengers, see if we can get some damage on them, maybe. These guys are still walking, they're so tired. Poor guys. These Snow Raiders just charging me. I think they are. I think they very well are. Yep, they definitely are. They're not even going to stop. Yeah, run. I asked you guys to run. Right. I told you hunters to run. For goodness sake, get out of there. You had plenty of time to move. What on earth is going on? Need to go get those last... Oh, they're trying to chase my cavalry still. Get my cavalry to chase those last hunters down. Wiped out those last scouts there. Dain, please hold the line. Please don't die. Really don't want him to die. We hit those scouts. Quite a nice amount of damage there, actually. So if we can break these raiders here. Free everything else up. You guys have got how many orcs left over here? 3. Well, the Orc Avengers are losing, apparently.
If we
That's
continue
good.
like this, we will smash the enemy.
You're done. Get over here.
Good tidings.
Oh, the enemy general's down.
General lies dead.
Perfect.
We have sent the cart to hell.
Would it be worth pulling Dain out, maybe? I think so. Let's pull him out. See if we can get him out of there. Get my Dalian cavalry out of there as well. They're taking a few casualties. Get these guys to shoot these last hunters there. We're going to bring in this infantry this way. We've got the enemy's general bodyguard pinned down here. So we'll keep Dain out of the fight, I hope. Oh, he's on his own. No. Save Dain, jeez. Dain, please don't die. Where are you? Oh, you're there. Oh. He survived. Just. Still got a lot of... Dain, run that way. Now you're no longer in the fight. Oh, there we go.
It is time to press the attack.
I was so scared that he was on his own getting slapped in the back with an axe. I was like, please don't die. No, can't afford to lose him. So risky having him on the front line. But his unit is really good, so... run down these last few orcs here. The bodyguard I'm not too worried about. It'd be nice to wipe them out actually in total, just as like a... If you guys can actually catch up and run them down, that'd be great. There we go. And get that last orc. There we go. Perfect.
We have won here today.
We lost... it just dropped from I think it just dropped from 32 to 26, I think. So yeah, not bad. So we lost about a quarter of our forces for the entirety of the enemy. Perfect. And that's on Azanar secured for now. And the faction heir wiped out as well. Bit of a double whammy for the orcs there, but all for the benefit of us dwarves, I should say. Could ransom them. I really don't want the enemy general to come back, so it's a faction there. We get a bit of money from sacking the enemy camp anyway, so it's not all a total loss. Apparently I can retrain these travellers, so yeah, sure, why not? Witherboard. Nothing else. Got that constructing. That's constructing. Nothing over here though, so let's have a look at you guys. I'm going to go for a grain exchange, seeing it's just one of the only 2 buildings available to us. We've got 3 turns for the Ballister. My diplomat is on his way to wherever.
Aye, Lord. Aye. Aye, Lord. My Lord.
Alright. Next turn. Oh, blimey, Enedwith, you have been busy. Look at that. Declared their allies with pretty much everyone, and then declared war against all evil factions. Wow, okay, you have been busy. Recruitment report. So Erebor has now got a couple of units. The Travellers, did you just get... Yeah, you got retrained back up to full. Nice. And construction report, Bergram and Witherboard have both finished building. So Witherboard, we're getting 2,000 a turn. So let's try and get a bit more economic focus going on. It's quite cheap getting a grain exchange or a pig farm. I might go... actually, let's hold off. What can we get in Bergram first? We have no recruitment ability. So, Ironmonger, actually, go for that. Nice and cheap. With the board, go for the Great Exchange. Nice and easy. And let's get these axe throwers moved.
March! We march no further today.
And we will move the... Blimey, I need... I don't know. I don't know what to move. Well, probably this archer unit. Maybe the smaller Mattock. And a warrior.
King. Aye.
Just to bolster the garrison at Witherboard, because we're going to need to move from here soon. It's going to take us ages to get that recruitment sorted. How much is the upkeep for the Axe Guard? 475. I'm so tempted. It's 5 turns to recruit. You know what? Sod it. I'm going to go for it. I am going to go for it. We've actually increased in all regions as well in terms of production and things like that. Oh, there's a runic diplomat. Variag diplomat. Oh.
I would fight for your people as if they were my own, friend.
Dale. Is that Dale? It's an Athala Ranger. He's an Athala Ranger, but... Hold the phone. Yeah, it must be Dale. We're allies with them, so... looks like they're going to get to Mireron before I do. Which isn't a bad thing, actually. That's quite a nice little buffer zone if they can take that, which I'm pretty sure they can, considering the size of the banners there. We're going to continue to recruit the Ballista. 2 more turns for that, and if they do take that, then I'm going to send my new recruits across the map in this direction. We're going to put them to work against the Orcs of Gundabad, and hopefully we can get to Rakjeberg and Dain's Halls, because something else that was mentioned as a possible tactic was to take Rakjeberg and gift it to Dale as a sort of buffer zone, which is a pretty good tactic. It's pretty ideal, but if Dale are going to then look after the eastern front for me, then I might as well just focus on owning these rather than gifting anything. So we'll see what Dale can produce in the coming turns. Hopefully they will take it. But yeah, I think that's probably going to sum up today's video. We've killed off the Gundabad factionaire. We've held our ground. We've sorted out the public order issue at Honor Zanarth for now, at least, just by putting Dain in there. So now we're getting some more recruits sorted, and hopefully we can start pushing our way westwards against the Orcs of Gundabad very shortly. First target will be Rakjeberg, then Dain's Halls, and then from there, who knows. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. Thank you very much for all your support so far with the campaign. I hope you guys continue to enjoy it, and please, of course, continue to provide me with your suggestions for tactics and battle plans and things like that, and because if you guys have more experience with the AGO submod than I do, then I am all open to any feedback, so that's fantastic. So, but yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.